What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the 49-yard line where we talk about nothing but the Niners. First of all, let's just get right into this here. What did we see from Kyle Shanahan? Th- that first half was actually incredible. I mean, his play calling was unreal. He had Purdy moving, he had the line moving with him. Purdy doing rollouts, play actions, and I'm like, who is this Niner team? Who are they? And where have they been all year? Did y'all keep them hostage or what was going on? Because our coach was like young again. He was coaching right. The offense was clicking. They had Brock out here doing plays that suit his abilities. We were running the ball. I mean, things were just going so well. I wonder why, though. Do you think it's because we were going against Ben Johnson, the same guy that a lot of us want to be coaching this team next year? Did he feel like he had to have a showdown to let everybody know, like, hey, y'all want Ben Johnson? Well, let me show you real quick who I am. Kyle Shanahan in my prime. And then the second half happened. And all of a sudden we start seeing pass, 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 pass. That's all we saw. And the run pass balance, I just don't get it. Like, we threw the ball 35 plus times tonight. What, we run the ball less than 20? We got 17 rushes. How is this good? How is this a balance? There is none. Because guess what Ben Johnson and those boys did over there? He called a balanced play call. It was almost 50-50. What's the problem here? Why do we have a 50-50 play caller on the opposite end and we can't do anything close to that? The week before, it was 40 passes for Brock. We had under 20 rushes again. And I know our offensive line sucks. I know we've been dealing with some issues. I do. I truly do. Why do we have to suffer the non-balance of the play calling? I just would never be able to understand it. But I mean, I guess it's Kyle Shanahan, and that's what we can expect all season. This is a lot to do with the reason why we can't hold leads, why we gave up games that we should have won this year. Now we're sitting here at 6-10. I mean, we were favored to win a Super Bowl not too long ago. And here we are with the top 11 pick in the draft because of how sucky we've been all season. This has a lot to do with it. Our offensive line isn't good. Our running game hasn't been good. But you don't just abandon it and put it on Brock Purdy, who is everybody knows is not elite. He can't carry a team. That leads me right into what I've been wanting to talk about anyway, which is Brock Purdy. He got injured in a meaningless game. And the point of the game he got injured, it was 2 minutes left and we're down by 12. We're not winning the game. It's meaningless anyway. If this is supposed to be your franchise quarterback, why even have him out there? I don't see why people aren't questioning that more, but it just doesn't make sense to me. But he's also not clutch. Now, he had an amazing game leading up until the second half, which, by the way, he's terrible in the second half. Look up his stats. His pass to TD, his TD to interception ratio is not good. It's not good. It's not good at all, actually. It's pretty average, if not below. And you can't pay a guy like that top dollar if he's not top tier. I mean, we know there's throws he can't make out there. It's just the two interceptions. The first one he threw got called back, and then he on the next play, you gonna throw another interception to the same guy, and then you follow it up with another interception to the same guy. What are we doing here? There's so much frustration that could go on with a game that was actually played really well until the second half happened. We look like the old Niners. Put up 21 points in the first half. Since when? Even for a whole game, since when? And we didn't follow it up too great, but we still got some more points out of it. And Brock Purdy got injured. So that's something to really look deeper into because he injured his throwing arm, that elbow. Again, now there's nerve inflammation. It's not good. He said it felt like it was on fire. I get that it's a minor injury, but we're talking about a quarterback with a noodle arm already. He had Ricky Pearsall out there who he could have had more touchdowns than the one he scored if he could just lead the receiver on a deep pass. It feels like he's incapable of doing that outside of 30 yards. I don't understand. I do actually. His arm is weak and he's had surgery on it and has been surgically repaired and it's weak. And now he just injured it again and it's probably going to be weaker. But this is supposed to be our franchise quarterback. Okay. Okay. He had a great game in the short stuff and all the stuff that Kyle was scheming because Kyle had guys wide open today. I mean, he had Pearsall out there looking fantastic. And it just makes you think, what has been going on the whole season where it took week 17 for Ricky Pearsall to come out and show what he's made of. And I get it was against a decimated defense in Detroit, but I mean, he still did it. And the reason why is because he got targeted. And that's still Kyle Shanahan. He loves this whole buddy buddy thing with the players of old and all the vets on the team. It's like, bro, if you don't grow a sack and actually start playing your best players, targeting them, forget Debo crying out there. He's a kick returner. That's what he is now. Can't rely on him in the passing game. Ricky Pearsall had separation. He ran his routes good, and he was wide the heck open. It's like, man, this could have been happening, Kyle. I just don't get it. Why? Why? Why do you have to be so stubborn and so prideful? Like those guys, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and them, they in the press conferences talking about how fun it looks to be on that Detroit sideline. How that team looks like a well-coached team. How they mirror exactly what their coach's image is, which is tough, inventive, creative, fun, enthusiastic. You don't get those traits when you look at Kyle Shanahan. He has that same monotone face on all the time. All the time. But Jay York said that he wants to keep Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch on for 2025. So we have another year of this. Hopefully something changes, but I just don't really see how unless we get rid of not our whole team, but a lot of it. We need a makeover. Not the whole house, just a couple bedrooms, maybe a bathroom or two. But we need a makeover. Debo, he's got to go. Kyle Juszczyk, he's got to go. Jake Brindle and a lot of them boys on offensive line, they got to go. It's time. It's time to start doing some things way different. Way different. Especially if we got people like Ricky Pearsall that could actually have games like that. We still don't know what Jacob Cowan can do. Still, he ain't seen a snap all season. But he's a rookie. That's your coach for you. Man. So, honestly, we got a top 11 pick. So we need to be talking about draft positioning. And it only makes sense for us to address the offensive line. Probably dang near first. But honestly, do I believe in what we can do? I don't at this point. I mean, our first round picks haven't been the greatest. But we could get some assets. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Given what happened with Purdy just yesterday, given what we've seen from this season, and given what he's asking for to be paid top dollar, we might as well trade, bruh. We might as well throw him in the same trade package as Debo and Kyle Juszczyk and maybe a few others. Trade away our number 11 pick, and let's see if we can get higher. Shoot, go get Shador. Go get Cam Ward. I don't care. Just go do something. And then address the offensive line after that. Because at the quarterback position, we need somebody that can do more, that can make all the throws. And we have to protect him. I don't know what more you need to see, Kyle, but we got to protect our guys. We can't we keep having quarterback after quarterback after quarterback out there and they running for their lives. Can we please address the offensive line? Please. We got a lot of other holes to fill, but man, finally, can we please address the offensive line? Then we could start from there. Because stuff got to change. And you in this mentality of just playing my veterans and all that all the time, even though the best player might be younger than him, might even be a rookie, put him in the game. We've seen enough. The Trey Lance stuff, we've seen enough. Stop it. It's two major things with the Niners. That and us paying guys after they have one good year. Do we know what a 49er actually is? They mining gold. You know what that sounds like to me? Like we're the San Francisco gold diggers. Because all we do is chase a bag. And then after that, we lay an egg. It's only been about a couple people on this team that's lived up to their contract. And it ain't Debo. It ain't Ayuk. Shoot, it ain't even Nick Bosa at this point, who had a heck of a game yesterday. But he ain't lived up to that contract, though. And that's just me keeping it 100. He hasn't. Fred Warner has. George Kittle has. Don't go too much further after that. We'll see how Diamador Lenore do, but I got good hopes for him because he's a dog. But we gotta figure a lot of things out. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. Josh Dobbs should be starting. Who knows what'll happen? Who knows? But he definitely should have been a number 2 quarterback over Brandon Allen any day. But I'm gonna leave it at that. But until then, I'm gonna holler at you on the next one. God bless.